good stuff about it, about Batista. They talk about his family. They talk about his mom. They talk about, his wife and when, they actually got married. They talk about WrestleMania 21. They talk when he versus Triple H at WrestleMania 21, and Batista beat Triple H at WrestleMania 21, and Triple H said he loved it. Like they talked about that. They talked about when he was in OVW. They they talked about how like where he was born. Washington D.C. was great. Batista said it was rough though because there's a ghetto part of Washington where we don't know about. But when you watch Batista, he actually talks to you about how bad Washington is. That there is a ghetto spot. Anywhere's in the country, anywhere in the world where you live, there's always going to be a ghetto spot, in your area, and there was a ghetto spot. She said, she held in Batista till she got to DC. Batista's parents that were split up, so they had to live in a basement. Batista, the mom, and the sister had to live in a basement. And then Batista headed to move to San Francisco because people were getting shot in front of where he lived. And the mom didn't want that. The mom didn't like that. So they went and moved to San Francisco, because people were getting shot in her front yard and she didn't want that. There was drugs too. And, she didn't want the kids around that, the drugs and violence and stuff. She didn't want that. She didn't want that around the kids, Then, they talked about how Batista, did basketball, did track and field, and how he did bodybuilding. And, his dad kicked him out after high school. Batista had 2 kids. Batista went to the WCW tryouts too. They talked about that. They also talked about how he was with Devon when he was on SmackDown, how he had the little thing, and they talked about that. Batista would train with Finlay, talked about Evolution. Then Batista talked about Eddie, how he treated him like a king of the world. They really went in depth with this DVD, guys. Like, I like it. They talked about everything about his whole life and everything with WWE. They talked about his injuries too with Mark Henry. I think it's definitely worth to go and pick up this DVD, guys. If you're a Batista fan, if you've been following his whole career and you want to go and pick this up, I definitely recommend it. You got matches on it too. They talked about how he became tag team champions with Ric Flair too. How he came to SmackDown in 2005, for the draft. They talked about how he won the Royal Rumble in 2005 when it was John Cena and Batista in the ring, which I think the Royal Rumble 2005 is a good DVD. I don't have it, but I definitely want to go pick it up and review it for you guys. I thought that was a dope cover too. It's like the thing from the West Side Story, the cover of it. It's awesome. But yeah, guys, this is my review for the Batista I Walk Alone DVD. I would definitely recommend this to you guys. If you want something for Christmas, or, you're a little kid and you love wrestling and you want to get into DVDs and you love Batista, I would definitely go buy this. Definitely go get this, guys. I would say it's definitely worth the money. Go find it on Amazon or eBay, wherever you can find it. Go buy this DVD. It's worth the money. Till then, guys, thank you all for tuning into my review. I'm done with this. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys on the next video. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button and also hit that like button as well, and I will see you guys later.